Alright, what is up, real friends? A little bit of a different video because my Quest 2 updated, and usually when it updates it completely breaks virtual desktop, so I can't fucking do the whole VR thing and stuff like that. It sucks, but I have to fucking wait. I mean, last time it took them like a week to get the patch out to make it work again, but I mean, it could be just like I just need to fix the Wi-Fi on my end or whatever, but yeah, until then I kind of have to just do this shit and be a typical commentator and have like gameplay in the background or whatever. So yeah, Illuminati, I didn't think that this would get this bad. Even in my video I said she's just being a bit of a goober, she's just being a bit stupid. She's actually like way more worse than I ever could have fucking imagined. If you're at all familiar with the whole Creepshow Art scenario, yeah, Illuminati's like worse than Creepshow. So what Creepshow did was she was completely and utterly obsessed with trying to control the narratives in the background, trying to subtly control the discussion by creating alts and spreading rumors and this kind of fucking shit. She had a Kiwi Farms account and was talking shit about other creators on there, spreading fucking rumors and stuff. Yeah, Illuminati is like that, but like 10 times fucking worse. What she's actually done to her coworkers is just borderlining on just actual evil. Like, she is as awful and manipulative as all the companies she's essentially exposed on her channel. It's actually quite ironic. So first of all, I'm gonna address her god-awful response. Obviously not point by point, but just the things that kind of stuck out to me. So her response to Legal Eagle was essentially like just a full-on admittance of like, yeah, I fucked up. Okay, anyways, moving on. And judging by how she attacked and defended against every other person, it seems like to me that she was put in a position where she had to admit fault on her end with the whole Legal Eagle side of things. If there was leeway for her to weasel and worm and snake around an actual apology, I think she fucking would have. I think she fucking would have. I think she's that much of a petty fuck. Essentially, her response to the accusations of plagiarism is that it's not actually plagiarism, because on the video of the documentary in question in my previous video where I showed H Bomber Guy's tweet, yeah, apparently on that video, if you go into the description and scroll all the way at the bottom, there's a pasted link that shows all of her notes, and all the way at the bottom, she actually credits the documentary. But if you know anything about plagiarism, it's still fucking plagiarism. It doesn't matter that in your drafts of the fucking script, that all the way at the bottom you are referencing, you have it cited that you are using this documentary. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you're going to use someone else's information, you need to specify it within the document itself, within the essay, within the video essay. You have to do that. It's still plagiarism, even though you have your sources written in the drafts. Nobody cares about that. It's still plagiarism, right? And it's funny how she pulls up the definition of plagiarism to try and twist and weasel around. It's like, well, it's not actually plagiarism because I actually do have it cited, but it's just like, go ask a professor. Go hit up some random fucking professor. Hey, is it plagiarism if I have my sources? Is it plagiarism if I don't directly cite my sources as I'm using their information? They're gonna say, yes, it is. It is plagiarism. Okay, that's how that fucking works. Okay, she's clearly speaking from the position of never going to fucking college, because if she ever pulled that shit in college, she would have been expelled. You can get expelled for plagiarism, by the way. But the rest of her response video is actually fucking disgusting. It is. I never was aware of the whole like sad milk side of things, which is, if you don't know, that's a channel she used to run with a bunch of friends. I never knew that whole side of things, but it's just astonishing that that she thought that this was a good idea. So essentially, when this whole legal eagle drama started happening and people started calling out for plagiarism, some of her ex-co-workers that she used to work with on Sad Milk, which was like a Reddit channel or whatever, some of her ex-co-workers decided to come out and tell their own experience, their own personal experience with Illuminati, and says, yes, this absolutely holds up to exactly how Blaire, Illuminati, is like in real life. She is absolutely this dogmatic, controlling fucking bitch, essentially, right? That wasn't exactly what they said. Obviously, they chose lighter words to say it. But essentially, they were explaining how she was very difficult to work with, and there's a lot of dumb shit that happened. But whatever, it wasn't treated as like this crime of the century kind of thing. Her decision. Now, the main guy who came out against her with the whole Sad Milk stuff was this guy named The Click. And her response to The Click is to try and smear him as this pedophile enabler for criticizing her in the way that she handled the whole Sad Milk stuff, is to, you know, smear him as some sort of pedophile enabler. Her whole accusation is that essentially a couple years ago, there was a pedophile in his Discord at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning talking about how they were grooming a 12-year-old. It was a 19-year-old grooming a 12-year-old. And because his moderators didn't act fast enough, the moderators that they share, by the way, Blaire acted like she had to step in with her moderators. That's not fucking true. They share the same fucking moderators, right? But, yeah, this happened at 3 a.m. And because the pedophile wasn't banned enough and Blaire had to step in and do it because in his country it was 3 o'clock in the fucking morning, that his entire Discord is just full of pedophiles and she's just enabling all of them. And he doesn't actually care about any of that shit. We'll get into The Click's response because I did watch that with the whole Augie stream yesterday. But holy fucking shit. Like, it's just absolutely insane that she really thought that she could like do that. That's just a reasonable thing. That's one thing, but I feel like I need to quickly mention, because I forgot to mention, the people involved with the whole Sad Milk thing that are coming out is this guy named The Click, this person named Oz Media, and this person named Wonderstruck. The Click is the main dude who came out against her. I think Wonderstruck is someone who corroborated his accusations, confirming that yes, Blaire actually did act like this. It was a bit like unprofessional. And Oz Media used to be essentially the lapdog of Blaire's her personal lapdog, and she had manipulated and essentially. No, I'm not gonna say it. I was gonna say groomed, but that's like a misuse of the fucking word. She essentially prepared this guy with information beforehand to get him to think a certain way about a situation, to be on her favor, to be on her side. So Oz Media used to be her personal lapdog, essentially. And now, but now Oz Media has essentially like gone astray, let's say, and that's what happened. Like, and so he's corroborating The Click's story and Wonderstruck's story, and that's where all this thing kind of fucking starts. And so she wasn't done with The Click though, because let me see. Oh yeah, she also made this fucking bizarre insinuation that he was this sort of awful person that constantly used slurs and while gaming together and stuff like that, and she wasn't a fan of him, and he was kind of an ableist asshole or whatever, you know. And her evidence for him being an ableist asshole was him submitting a video of him playing Minecraft in its alpha stages 10 plus years ago, saying the word retard. I am not fucking kidding. We're digging so much we're hitting fucking bedrock, my guy. That's insane. If he was this asshole piece of shit, show the DMs. Show the DMs of him using slurs. Why do you have to dig to a video 10 fucking years ago, right? And we'll get into the whole that video, because it's just like she confronted him with this, and he's like, dude, this video is like 10 fucking years old. Why are you confronting me with this? Like, it's like, well, it's still a bad video because you said the R slurs, so you should delete it personally. It's like, who cares? Who cares? It's a 10+ old video, and if anything, it just shows how you could easily show how he's grown, right? Like, oh, he's used to be this edgy kind of guy in the past, but now he's a lot more kind and considerate, and, you know, a lot more politically correct, or whatever the fuck you want to say, right? Blaire is essentially like the wokies that the conservatives are talking about. She's this very uppity fucking bitch that gets her fucking knickers in a twist, and about like literally everything. Like, it's so stupid. It's so dumb. That's essentially her whole thing with the clique, is just smearing. Well, Wonderstruck, the guy who corroborated the clique's story by showing DMs and all that kind of stuff, and the clique's later his response, and with Wonderstruck, she just outright just outs this super fucking deep personal story of theirs. Now, I don't want to say exactly what it is, because honestly, it's nobody's fucking business, and it's insane that Blaire just outright leaks this information out for everyone to fucking hear. Like, it's absolutely absurd. But as far as I will say is that Wonderstruck went through some real fucking bad shit one time, and Blaire was there to help them, essentially. And that's her response to Wonderstruck, though. Her response to Wonderstruck is to literally just out this insanely deeply personal story and how she helped him. So my guess is, judging by that framing, she's literally saying, how dare you come out against me? You should be grateful. It's sick. It's sick. It was nobody's business, right? This shit happened a few years ago. Now, granted, if they were still having these feelings now, I would say that's important information to know, so that people can like be like, hey, you need to get help, and, you know, people know to be supportive. But this happened years ago. This whole thing is resolved, and she's just outing this insanely private information about this person, and it has literally zero relevance to literally anything. It has zero relevance to fucking anything that has to do with the accusations that are being levied against Blaire. It has fuck all to do with that. She just literally just drops this story in the middle of a video, and then she says, moving on, right? It's so ridiculous. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. I don't know what the fuck is going on through her mind, other than like, what is the best way possible that I can manipulate my audience into thinking I'm a good person and I couldn't have done anything wrong in this entire situation, right? It's ridiculous. It's fucking stupid. So moving on, her response to Oz Media was essentially to cry for like 10 or 12 minutes about how, oh, I miss the fun times we used to have. Like, this is in response to Oz Media corroborating that she was pretty much a bitch to work with, and she was absolutely manipulative. Her response is to be like, you're right. I long for the days that we could go back to Oz Media where we used to be friends and blah, blah, blah. It's like, Blaire, you're the motherfucker who burnt the bridge. Why are you crying? You're the one who destroyed everything, right? So that's essentially the completely biased interpretation of her response, to be frank, because just the way she framed it, I was perfectly willing to listen to hear Blaire out, but just like, she would hit me with this waft of like fucking shit stank that I couldn't fucking handle. And it's just like, I have to be biased against her, because she even in the way that she's framing things, she sounds like a pretty fucking bad person. She's a pretty fucking awful person. Like, it's insane to me that she thinks she could get away with smearing the clique as like some sort of pedo enabler, because the clique then goes on to address that entire fucking situation, debunk everything with screenshots, evidence, all of that fucking shit. Yeah, in no way, shape, or form is he a pedophile enabler. As soon as the clique woke up and he saw the DMs, he was right on that fucking situation. Lo and behold, it was already resolved, but the fact that he was that fast acting, as soon as he woke up, went right to fucking addressing the situation, yeah, bull fucking shit. But anyways, the clique's response is essentially exposing Blaire for you know, lying about the whole pedo situation, but also so much more. Like, it's actually crazy the amount of shit this bitch gets up to when she thinks no one's fucking watching, when she thinks no one is watching, no one is listening, and nobody's screenshotting the conversations that she's having with these people in private. It's kind of fucking insane. So right off the bat, I'm gonna cover the least worrisome shit, and that is Blaire is very fond of the R slur in private. That she would throw that around, comment frequently, flagrantly, with no fucking regard. So the fact that she's gonna be so critical of the clique for using that word 10 plus fucking years ago, it's kind of rich that she's still continuing to use that word in private when she thinks no one's fucking listening, right? Now, granted, I'm the one who basically copies the Destiny tank. I think saying slurs in private is whatever. It's not that big of a deal. It's only a big deal when you're being public about it and you're using it to shame people and stuff like that, who that might depict, right? So if I were to call like an autistic person the R slur, that would be fucked up. That would be fucked up. Okay, I would say that's fucked up even in private. But if you're just saying that word in private to describe like, oh, this whole situation's retarded, like, that's not a big fucking deal. That's not a big fucking deal. Okay, that's just you being vulgar about how the whole situation makes you feel, right? Like, that's all that it is, right? But yeah, she's very fond of using that word in private. But the thing that really gets me is that Oz Media leaked all of this really heinous, dirty shit about Blaire, and it's in the clique's response video. I'm gonna link it. I'm gonna link it in the description. I'll try to remember to do that. But it essentially, the evidence that he gives suggests that, not even suggests, it just straight up just shows Blaire she has created alt accounts to cyberstalk and harass her ex-coworkers. That ever the day they parted ways, she created alt accounts to stalk and harass and spread rumors. Like, the harassment is spreading rumors on these Reddit forums and Twitter, and spamming these videos trying to call them out on bullshit, right? And how do we know that these are alt accounts of hers? Because Blaire shows it in the DMs with Oz Media. And even Oz Media, being a lapdog, tells her to fucking stop. And she's like, okay, geez. It's like, you're cyber stalking and harassing your ex-coworkers. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, this guy, I don't care if he was an asshole to work with and he said the R slur and it made you feel uncomfortable or whatever. I don't fucking care. That doesn't give you carte blanche to try and fucking sabotage this guy's internet fucking career, right? It's so stupid. Oh yeah, and also, fuck, she did something else with her alt account, stuff like that. Oh yeah, I remember it now. Okay, so Blaire, when I think the clique left, they made on the Sad Milk, like, he left Sad Milk. When he left Sad Milk, 3 hours after announcing that he left Sad Milk, Blaire tweets out this little slimy fucking shit on her main account saying, by the way, guys, pedophilia is really bad and really wrong, okay? I hate that this needs to be said, but I just felt like I need to announce it, that this whole pedophilia stuff is really bad and really wrong, right? And I think she was attacking the whole map stuff that was happening at the time on Twitter, right? I'm going to be ultra charitable and assume that that's what that tweet is about. But a lot of people were thinking, wait, did the clique do something? And people were started talking and asking, and she never answered it. she just let people simmer with that idea in their head. That maybe the reason why the clique left was because he got outed for some pedo shit, right? Never bothered to clarify the whole situation. And as a matter of fact, years later, comes out with a video essentially saying, yeah, he's a pedo enabler. Like, just awful. She's just an awful person. But not only that, she has been found in DMs and stuff like that, on Discord DMs. I think it's either Discord or Twitter DMs, of her essentially paying people to find dirt on her ex-co-workers, right? Up to $200, as far as we know. $200 to find some fucking nasty dirt on her ex-co-workers so she could fucking smear them. People who simply decided to say, Blaire is kind of hard to work with. You're gonna sabotage their entire internet career for that? Is that really? She also tried to cancel an artist for drawing her little pyramid Sona in like a very skimpy bathing suit outfit. Not very skimpy, but it was sort of like it emphasized physique, let's say. And she tried to fucking cancel that person for sexualizing her character and stuff like that. Which, by the way, Blaire used to be a fucking stripper, and her slightly older content by like a couple years was like very, very scantily clad, cleavage in the thumbnail, talking about fucking waxing her boyfriend's butthole or some shit. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, don't act like you're this prudish fucking like uppity fucking Victorian era prude, okay? Jesus fucking Christ. It's just fucking art, and she tried to cancel that person for doing that. She also, obviously she was using her alt accounts to spread rumors, I already said that. And like most of these leaked information and stuff like that, it comes from Oz Media. It comes from Oz Media, her lapdog, her trustee. I mean, this is like if Kamala Harris came out with some really fucking deep personal shit about Biden, right? Like that's how fucking close they were, right? And so, I mean, considering that he's kind of broken free and he's corroborating their stories and giving screenshots, I'm pretty safe. It's pretty safe to say that these screenshots and evidence are legit as fuck. Oh yeah, and apparently a couple years ago, she tried to falsely strike down commentary channels that were covering some dumb shit that she was doing. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but like people like Augie RFC, Nick DiOrio, and stuff like that. She was setting up alts to cyberstalk them and spread rumors about them, but she was also false DMCAing their channels and stuff like that for covering her shit. She's not doing it right now, at least not yet, but in the past she did do that, and I didn't hear about that. I didn't know about that. But I don't think there's anything else to cover. I think that literally covers all of it. Like, I never really thought that she was that fucking awful. It's actually fucking crazy. And I like how my suspicions in my initial video were absolutely right, on the fucking money. I said, I hope this situation humbles her. Well, actually, it probably won't, because she's one of those fucking drama farming, those clout farming, drama farming channels, the T channels, right? I highly doubt this situation will humble her, right? I was absolutely right. There is no humbling of this bitch. She is always going to be egregious as fuck. There's nothing anybody can do to stop that. Well, I mean, there are things you can do. You could unsubscribe from her, dislike her videos, dislike her response video. I highly encourage it, because someone like Blaire has no fucking position, has no purpose having a position of power and authority in the YouTube sphere. She has been shown to use and abuse that influence to hurt other people around her for no fucking reason. And every time someone who used to work with her stops working with her, they come out with some fucking shit saying Blaire is just a fucking weird, crazy, obsessed stalker person. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with this bitch. Every single time someone leaves is a close ex-worker of hers. They're just outing all kinds of fucking crazy shit that she's fucking doing. So I would, if I were to be super charitable, I think the best thing for Blaire is to literally just stop making YouTube videos entirely. Just fucking leave the internet, right? She clearly has a very unhealthy obsession with everything that goes on the internet. She needs to fucking stop. Like, everything. She needs to stop, sort her life out. You know, I honestly don't think this line of work is the best for someone like her. Because she ends up getting herself into shit like this, which is career ruining, which I don't even know. If she were to continue making videos, I don't even know if she could. I think her career is just like donezo. Like, there's no fucking recovery from this. Like, the amount of leaks that happen, and just everyone in the commentary sphere is talking about it, spreading all this information, and it's just like, I don't think there's gonna be anything left. Her channel is bleeding like a fucking pig at a fucking slaughterhouse. Like, it is bleeding subs, it is bleeding viewers, it is bleeding any supporter. She's bleeding financial supporters. And even her own subreddit is like turning against her. Something that used to be heavily fucking policed is now turning against her, and she has to lock down her subreddit. Like, dude, I don't even know if there's anything left for her to come back to. But assuming that there is, you have no place on the internet, Blaire. You need to like step down and reevaluate and reassess things in your life. Because what you're doing is you're like sabotaging the people around you, and also simultaneously yourself at the same time. Like, this is just not a fucking place for you. Like, she does not have a healthy relationship with the internet whatsoever. She's obsessed. She's a stalker. She's a harasser. I think she even swatted someone, but I don't know how valid those accusations are. I haven't seen the evidence for that per se, but she's accused of doing all this heinous fucking shit, and a lot of the evidence against her is extremely fucking damning. I don't think there's any recovery. As a matter of fact, let me look at her channel right now. Yeah, and now she's just making videos. She's already got 2 videos out. What the fuck? She's already got 2 fucking videos out. Like, since her response video 4 days ago, she's already got 2 fucking videos out. Dog. Oh my god, wait a second. I'm looking at some of her other recent videos 8 days ago, before this whole drama happened. Like, Noom is lying. They are a diet app, and she's got 2,401,000 views. This video she uploaded a day ago has only 99 views. What are the comments? She is policing the ever-loving fuck out of this. Holy god. I'm looking through the comments. Nobody is talking about what the fuck happened. Nobody, like, people are literally acting like she didn't just get outed for cyberstalking and harassing her fucking, her ex-co-workers. This is insane. Oh, here we go. I found one comment. Ignore the controversy until it goes away. The strategy of all time. I found one comment out of a sea of, like, just people just acting like this shit never happened. So yeah, I mean, like, she's gonna try and fucking act like none of this, like, there's nothing to respond to. Like, she didn't just get outed for doing any of that shit. Go, you know what, Blaire, go for it. Shoot for the fucking stars. If you know anything about this, how this story ends, like the story of fucking Icarus, your little fucking fake wax wings are gonna fucking melt.